Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Funky Buddha Brewing. And these guys are out of Oakland Park, Florida. My brother Rico sent me this. And I don't know if he traded for it or what. Yep, says he traded for this. This guy's into the trading. He trades all kind of stuff for people all over the place. I don't do so much of that anymore. I did it one time, but I just don't anymore. Don't have time, to be honest with you. This is a, they're calling it a porter. That's what Rate Beer's calling it. Let's see what American Porters, what Beer Advocate's got. And yeah, it's an American porter. Let me read what Rico sent here. Funky Buddha Last Snow, 6.5% alcohol, coconut and coffee American porter with 35 IBUs, very low, should be very easy drinking. Says bottled on 9/26/16. It says it's very difficult to see because it's a dark beer and they use a faint black ink that can be easily smudged. But he put a little sticker, a little yellow sticker on there saying 9/26/16 with the arrow pointing down to it. Well, it is impossible for me to see now that it's been in the fridge and it's sweating. Impossible. So if you're pulling this out of a cooler somewhere at a beer store or at a grocery store or whatever, if it's chilled, you are not going to see that. Absolutely impossible. Especially being a dark beer in a brown bottle with black writing. What's up with that? How are you supposed to see all that? It's amazing to me. Why don't you just print it on the label? Or why don't you use if you got to use an ink machine, put white ink in it, put yellow ink in it, put a bright blue ink in it. Why are you going to put a black ink on a dark brown bottle with a dark beer inside of it? How in the frick are you supposed to see that? Rocket scientists say, I'll say. But anyway, I have had some tasty beers sent to me from Funky Buddha. I cannot get their beers here. I don't know what the distribution is on their beers, how far out of, what did I say it come from? I forgot already. Florida. Comes out of Florida. And Florida's starting, I mean, Cigar City used to be the prominent beer there. Pow! I mean, everybody else was just getting into it and stepping up to play. Some of them are really doing some good stuff. And some of the beers from all over the craft beer scene in the country that were transitional beers or whatever, not so kind of meh beers at one time, were starting to get their act together and producing some really tasty beers. So let's see what this one brings to the table. This is a 6.4%. Is that what it's got on here? Yep. 6.4% alcohol by volume. So it's not a huge beer. I mean, if you wanted to have this for breakfast on a weekend or something, you probably could. I mean, there are some nice, tasty breakfast stouts and porters that are out there that aren't too heavy on the ABV. But there are some out there that are 8-9%. They're calling breakfast beers, and I don't think I'd want to have something that massive for breakfast. I have to end up back in the bed after I did that. But I'm an old guy. Some of you young bucks might be able to handle something like that. So, commercial description on this one said, Last Snow is our version of our porter that is near and dear to our hearts with flavors of coconut, coffee, and white chocolate. Last Snow tastes like liquid indulgency in a glass. Is that like liquid sex, like I call it? I don't know. Chocolate covered coconut never tasted so good. Well, I enjoy these style of beers, I really do, guys. And usually they the end of the evening style of beers. Let's see what this brings. This is a great big 22-ounce bomber that Rico had sent me. So let's see what this brings to the table. Let me get this thing down here. So that means the other half's going to get a glass of this. And tell you, the cuisine on this says barbecue, cheese, or buttery, brie, good Havarti Swiss. Goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course. And the meat is beef, smoked meat, and grilled meat. Glassware to pint back nonic mug, Stein Seidel. Ooh, it's rather carbonated too. We've already got a good finger and a half ahead on that pour. I'd better back off on that. And not recommended for extended salaries. Like I said, 6.4%. Wow. This is very carbonated, guys. Good 2 fingers of head on that pour. Over into the light. I'm not getting hardly any at all. There may be a very slight hint of some red rubbiness around the thin part of the bottom of the glass here. Not much. It's pretty dark, guys. Well, it looks pretty damn good in the glass. Like I said, almost 2 fingers of head now. It's dissipating a little bit. Let's get a nose to it, see what we got. Oh my God. The coconut on this beer is off the chain. Smelling this beer is like, it's like laying laying beside somebody that's laying on the beach. It's just rubbed themselves down in coconut suntan lotion. I mean, the coconut is off the freaking chain on this beer, guys. Chocolate, roasted malt. Wow. The smell on this beer is unfreaking believable, guys. I don't think I've ever smelt a beer with this much coconut in it. Vanilla, coconut, chocolate, roasted malt. That smells like a candy bar. It smells like an Almond Joy or something. Or tastes like, it smells like an Almond Joy taste. Wow, it's unbelievable that much coconut in here. I mean, I don't know how they do that unless they're pouring some kind of coconut extract in there. Wow. Well, I'm going to stop flapping, start drinking. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Wow. That is definitely a dessert beer, guys. That tastes just like a coconut candy bar. Unbelievable. Ever so slight bitterness on the back end. That's pretty tasty. That is a great dessert beer. Now, if you're having a dessert that has coconut and chocolate in it, this would pair up exquisitely. Wow. And these guys are doing these peanut butter and chocolate beers and stuff. This was coconut and chocolate, and they're calling it like a white chocolate. Pretty impressive. A great dessert beer to have with your dessert, or as your dessert, if you will. Wow, delicious. Delicious. Alright guys, let's sip on this for a while and pour her a glass and see what she thinks of it. She'll probably like this. And come back and do what we normally do. Final chug and grade. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Been sipping on it. This is, like I said, this is a candy bar in a glass. If you don't like coconut, you're not going to like this beer. The coconut is overpowering everything, guys. I am getting chocolate, coconut, roasted malt. There may be some hints of some dark fruit in there or something, but the coconut is overpowering everything. I think it's a tad over on the coconut, but the coconut is in the front seat, the back seat. It's taking up all the seats. It's I don't think I've ever had a coconut beer with this much coconut in it. I mean, it is overly coconutty. But I mean, that's what they were shooting for on this, according to the label, because it's got it right on the front here. Porter with coconut, that's the first thing they mentioned. Coffee and natural flavors. I am not getting a lot of coffee on this beer, guys. Of course, it was put in a bottle in September, so the coffee's probably faded a little bit. If I'd have done this in September or October, I may be able to get a little more of the coffee that I'm getting. It's there. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a hint of some coffee on the aroma, now that it's warmed up. If you look for it, it's there. The coffee is there. Trust me, it's there. So everything they've got on the label, the coconut, the chocolate, the coffee, it's there. Just like I said, got a feeling the coffee would probably been a lot more stronger pressure than it is now in January when it was put in the bottle in September. So, well made. Awesomely well made beer, guys. Plus it's got the bottle on date, so enjoyed by, used by, precious by, whatever, by. Anytime these breweries put these bottled on dates on there, or canned on dates on there, it makes me smile, it makes me feel good, it lets me know they're interested in us knowing how old the beer is, rather than extending the shelf life on the beer like all the rest of these breweries do. They put those kind of dates on there. So I would buy this beer if I could get it here, guys. I absolutely would. I would support these guys since they're using a bottled on date, so that dating system. Final chug. Wow. Very, very, very tasty, guys. Coconut, chocolate, coffee, roasted malt. Delicious. Absolutely freaking delicious, guys. There is absolutely no reason why I should not get this beer a 10. It is absolutely awesome tasting. Everything they've got on the label I am getting. And like I said, I got a feeling the coffee would have been a little stronger, but I am getting it now that it's warmed up. I can taste it. It's coffee. It's not espresso or anything like that, super or Sumatra coffee or anything like that. This is going to blow you away with the coffee aroma, but the coffee is there. I wasn't getting a whole lot of it when it was chilled out of the fridge, but now that it's warmed up, I can taste it. I can smell it. It's there. So, 100 for me, guys. It's absolutely a 10 beer to me. Tasty. Damn tasty. Great dessert beer. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 98 world class. Awesome numbers from those guys over there. Over to Ray Beer. Ray Beer says 100 overall, 100 in the style. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely outstanding, fantastic beer. And our final check-in, we've got Untapped says it's 4.42, almost the best, into the best number category. Like I've told you guys this before, I don't think I've seen anything stronger than a 4.56 or 4.57 from these guys, and this is a 4.42. So they're giving it a 9 out of 10 anyway. So definitely an A beer. If you like coconut, you like this style of beer, coconut porter with chocolate and coffee, this is probably the best example of that I've probably ever had. To have all three of those that prominent in the beer. And if you're not into the coconut, this probably won't do you much good, because the coconut is definitely up in the front seat. It's overpowering a little bit when it's fresh out of the bottle when you first pop it. So if you've had this one from Funky Buddha, this is their last snow. Let me know what you think, guys. I enjoyed this thoroughly. So Rico, thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate you sending all the wonderful beers you do, sir. And guys, come on back tomorrow. Let's go dig something out of the fridge. See you then.